basking in the heat of Miami for finals weekend. Clutch Gaming arrived in style earlier and were welcomed with open arms by the fans, while Huni followed shortly after with his own brand of swagger. He and the rest of Echo Fox looking to back up their style in the series today. Look at those jerseys. Look at that, the jerseys to boot. And of course, we've got this entire arena packed with some crazy fans. A 5-game series over in Europe, and they were cheering here for that all series long. And now we turn to our own best of 5 here in the Fillmore. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the NALCS Countdown Miami edition, where for 30 minutes we chart the journeys these teams took to South Beach until the timer reaches 0, and we jump into Champions Select. Now, while the players make their final preparations, we'd like to take a moment to acknowledge Miami and the communities of South Florida for hosting us this weekend. We'd also like to voice our support for the victims of February's Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting and their cause. The NALCS is donating $25,000 to the Broward Education Foundation, and Riot Games will be matching that donation of $25,000 to make $50,000 total. We stand united with the victims and hope this small gesture helps in the healing and enabling of change to make our country safer. Now, the teams taking to the stage today fought tooth and nail against all expectations to play in Miami, and while they did come up short in the semifinals, they returned today to fight for a victory in front of this fiery crowd. But glory isn't the only thing on the line today, as an extra 20 championship points. That's right, Jet, championship points. Those could mean the difference between attending Worlds or waiting till 2019. That's not what they want to do. And after EU Series today, we now know the 3 opponents NA will face at Rift Rivals. They are Fnatic, G2, and Splice. And today's winner will join Team Liquid and 100 Thieves to defend NA's title.
Yeah, and a big thing is, regardless of who wins today, North America will be sending 3 completely different teams than we sent last year to Rift Rivals. So it's a completely different look for North America internationally when we go to Europe.
Can't wait to see. We wait on bated breath to see who will be representing us today. Now, to see more from the journey the pros took to get here, tune in to the newest episode of Eyes On, which focuses in on the top lane matchup between Team Liquid's Impact and Echo Fox's Huni. You can catch that episode on LOL Esports YouTube channel a little bit later. But stick right here, because we're about to get into a series. And before we do so, we're going to send it down to Avali for a special presentation.
Thanks, Dash. Hello, Miami! Wow, oh my gosh. Miami, please join me in presenting the 2018 Spring Regular Season MVP.
He did lead this team to the best regular season split, and he does more on support than anyone else.
100 Thieves still looking to make the move. An Afro move that sets up the stun. 2 fantastic moves for the 100 Thieves support.
Don't have a lot of damage in this lane. It's all about defense. First hook, first grab, and first blood.
Eos to start things.
Oh, no way! They get turtle.
Afromu's feeling it. He is feeling it. A bullseye for him with that hook.
Congratulations on being the 2018 Spring MVP. You're on a new team, new org, and you are the first support to win MVP. Why was this split your time to shine?
Holy, I'm so nervous. Anyway. I think the team has done really well, and all the success that we've had was able to help me get this award, and I really appreciate all of my teammates, Medios, Cody, Ryu, and Someday, as well as our organization, Daneshot, and I'm just really happy.
Speaking to that, you've always been in some sort of leadership position, and as well as mentoring Cody's son. I believe Medios said that you just happened to bring out the best in your teammates. So what was this split like for you, helping grow the team?
Been on CLG for 5 years, so first time coming to 100 Thieves. Had to do a lot of things different, but all my teammates have definitely made it really a pleasurable experience, and working with all of them is really fun.
Well, Afromu, congratulations again on your victory, and I wish you the best of luck tomorrow. Dash, back to you.
Thank you very much, Avli. Congratulations to Afromu, our first support to pick up MVP.
Yeah, first support. Also, I believe the first North American-born player since Meteos, his teammate, to win the MVP. So really, shout out to that guy. Had an amazing split.
Yeah, there was a tough split back and forth. You know, teams were rising and falling constantly. Ended with 1 game apart between the top 6 teams. So it was a very contentious, I think, MVP between all the candidates. A lot of great players, and he just kind of shone a little bit more than everyone else over the course of the season.
Right, a roller coaster of a season, but leadership, qualities are what we attribute so much to Afromu.
Yeah, when it comes to MVP, when I'm voting for it, it's always you got to look at those leadership qualities, the X factor. He has that in spades. He's both a leader on this team that has a lot of veterans, and he's the one who pulls the trigger when the pressure is high. So Afromu definitely deserves it.
Of course, his journey's not over, right? He's got to play tomorrow on stage for the title, and what a way to cap it all off if he were to take home that title on a new org, new team, while also picking up MVP.
Really able to demonstrate his value. It's really hard to do that as a support, but we were in a good metaphor. Lots of playmakers going to a new org that struggled and then kind of got its footing back underneath. It all speaks to how good of a player he really is.
All right, well, we're going to move right along with some of the business out of the way. Let's get down to the reason why we're all here. So with that, we're going to throw it back to the stage with Captain Flowers for the opening ceremony.
EpicSkillshot is really good top mid jungle.
Huni over the top, going for a massive first blood, and they will get it.
We have to be really careful for them.
They're a good team, but I think they're like really one-dimensional in the way they play. It's kind of the Huni show.
Huni, he wants blood. He's looking for it. Pops him up, airborne, there gets the kill.
If I'm able to hold my own versus him, and Lyra and I are able to control the Dardoch Huni combo, then I think we'll be fine.
Clutch is really good on stage. They always have that pop-on factor. We can't underestimate them.
Hakuo goes fishing yet again and just lands hook after hook after hook.
Just don't give Hakuo a thresh.
Hakuo is a freaking monster this game.
We should be able to beat them all game, and should be easy game.
Oh.
That's what I expect, but we should not disrespect. Still, I don't think it's like unbeatable.
Hello, Miami! And welcome to the North American Spring Playoffs Weekend. Today, we kick things off with 2 teams who fought against the naysayers all split long to get to where they are now, and both of these teams would love to end their split with a victory here on stage. Please join me in welcoming Echo Fox and Clutch Gaming. First up, supporting the 5-man roster for Echo Fox, substitute mid laner DeMonte and Coach Enero. Backing up the 5-man squad for Clutch Gaming, Academy support Vulcan and Coach D-Lim. Now, let's welcome the players facing off on the stage today. In the top lane for Echo Fox, the NALCS All-Pro and World Finalist Huni goes up against Clutch Gaming solo. In the jungle, Echo Fox's NALCS All-Pro Dardoch goes up against Clutch Gaming's Lyra. Moving over to mid lane, Echo Fox's Phoenix will take on European champion and world semifinalist in Clutch's Febivin. In the bottom lane, bringing the firepower to the Rift, it's Echo Fox's Alltech going up against Clutch Gaming's Apollo. And finally, on support, Echo Fox's Adrian going up against the man that chains it all together for Clutch Gaming in Hakuo. Give it up for your competitors kicking off this playoff weekend.
Thank you very much, Captain Flowers. If you weren't excited for this matchup before that, you better be now. I mean, that man was made for things like that. But with our competitors taking their places on the stage and we narrow our focus in, Zyrene, I know that you don't watch the NALCS Countdown so much, but we do this thing. It's a staple, right? It's called win conditions. So I'm going to help you, or rather ask you to help us out. I'm throwing you Clutch Gaming. Tell me how they win this best of 5.
Under.
So I don't know if you watch, but that's a different segment. This is win conditions. You got to do something a little.
Well, he does watch.
Different.
That's what that tells you.
Right. That's
he
the problem.
watches. So thank you for the viewership.
Just a little confused on what
now
segment
if we could
is
just
which.
get the comprehension
Okay.
down. But in all seriousness, Clutch's win conditions for this best of 5.
So the win condition I have set up for them is you set up Hakuho on a pick champion, and then you allow Lyra to control Vision, picking off Echo Fox. Everybody has their guilty pleasures, right? Some people like chocolate. I like anime. Mark likes Dash. But
those aren't
Echo
like
Fox.
one-to-one comparisons.
Echo Fox's guilty pleasure is taking 4v5s and trying to win fights that they shouldn't be able to win. So I just say, hook somebody, pick them off, and let Echo Fox indulge in that 4v5 habit.
All right, fair enough. Jat, we're going to skip right over Mark to you for Echo Fox.
Thought you had love for Mark right there.
No, he's got love for me. No one said it was reciprocal.
Sit down with the crowd or something, you know.
I think that Echo Fox needs to play for their comfort and actually don't be too cute. So they actually picked relatively standard picks in the semifinal that they lost. They played Ryze 4 times in the mid lane, but Azir was up for Phoenix. If that's up, just take it. Huni can play tanks quite well, especially Cho'Gath. Just take it for him once again. Play to your comfort. Don't be too creative. You know you have good players, and just play to that strength.
Mark, as the man caught in the middle, do you have any thoughts on what they just laid out?
I like Jat's point a lot, too, just because you don't want to get too cute. I think is the important one, because the Kalista pick is one that's kind of out of the meta. It is their comfort, but you're starting to stray a little too far off the beaten path. But Azir is still very much a meta pick. We saw Febby break it out, actually, and did really well with it. So I think that's just enough in your comfort while staying meta, which is to his point.
3:30 on the clock. Let's get some predictions on the board. Down the line, Zyrene, starting with you. Who takes it?
I'm going with Echo Fox, and I predict a 3-1.
Wow.
All right.
I think they made mostly draft mistakes. They banned out Jhin, Xayah, and Morgana, regardless of which side they were on in all 4 games against TL. I feel like they're not up against as much of a firepower, firecracker bottom lane this time for the AD carry position, so they don't need to hide all tech. And then they can go ahead and ban Trundle, because I think they learned that Trundle was incredibly strong, and it was just a misread on the meta a bit there.
All right, a vote for Echo Fox here. Mark, what are you thinking?
I'm going to go Clutch Gaming 3-1. I think it's really, really close, but over the course of the series that these guys played, Clutch has shown a level of mental fortitude that I think is kind of unmatched in playoffs right now. And in the series Echo Fox played, when things got tough, it didn't feel like they backed it up. You know, they kind of fell apart in those last games, picking those bad fights that they shouldn't do. And if this is a tough series, which I think it will be, Clutch does not go down easy, that will be an advantage for them that I think will manifest over the course of a long day.
The mental edge to Clutch Gaming. Jat, you're the tiebreaker.
Yeah, and I haven't really done this all year, but I'm going to predict Clutch to beat Echo Fox.
You're ruining it.
So I have Clutch 3-1, and some of this just has to go with preseason expectations and where these teams are trending. I also like Stixay's point when we had him on the dive, how he said it feels like Clutch has hit their stride, whereas Echo Fox hit their stride a month ago and have ceased to be able to find it yet again. So I think they can actually take that momentum through. Super close 5-game series against 100 Thieves, and I don't think they're going to be hit too hard by that, and they're going to continue.
All right, 2 votes for Clutch, 1 for Echo Fox. Now, as we've done throughout the playoffs, I'm going to challenge you guys yet again with some over-unders. These are some fun ones here. So first up, we are going to look at Huni's isolated deaths within this series. The line is at 2.5. What are you guys thinking? He, just for reference, in 23 games over the course of this spring split, he has had 23 ISO deaths. So he's only averaged 1 per game.
I mean, that is still a pretty high number. 1 per game.
What do the fans think? Over, under?
Over, under?
Indeterminate yelling.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of...
Definitely narrowed in on
I was
going to
go over anyway for this one.
Yeah, over.
I'm taking the under. I think he'll play cleaner this series.
All right, so calling a clean series out of Huni, Mark is, but for the rest of them, over. Moving right along, let's take a look at the average game time. We've done this a few times around. We're going to set the bar at 36.5. For reference, Clutch Gaming in playoffs has averaged 38-17. Fox has averaged 29-53. That is insane. Jat's going over again.
No, Jat.
Under.
These two going under.
If Clutch is going to win, it's going to be their way, and that's a long game.
That's a good point. We do have
just kind of...
Echo Fox will keep going into that over and over
50 seconds left, and I got one more to go through. So here we go. Total kills for the series. We're setting the line at 67.5. Average kills in Fox versus TL was 24. Average kills in Clutch versus TL. All right, I'm not even going to go through it then. They say over. That's what everybody thinks. That's enough out of us. It's time to get into our best of 5 series. So we're going to toss